Losing that last bit of belly fat is one of the hardest parts of a weight loss journey or newly discovered diet. Not only does it not look good in your swimsuit or tight-fitting clothing, but it's a very dangerous location to store fat. Belly fat is known as visceral fat, which circulates through your bloodstream and is more likely to raise the amount of fat in your blood. This spikes your blood sugar levels, which puts you at a higher risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Be sure to watch the video in its entirety to discover all the tips to lose that last bit of stubborn belly fat. Exercise and strength training. Exercises that raise your heart rate and make you sweat aid weight loss in general, including visceral fat and fat beneath your skin. Aerobic activity burns calories and aids in the reduction of total body fat, especially when combined with dietary adjustments. The answer to decreasing visceral fat appears to be a combined strategy. Adding 2 to 3 days of whole body strength training to a weekly cardio plan of at least 150 minutes. Any extra muscle will raise our calorie burn at rest, whereas cardiovascular activity will boost our metabolism during and for a short time following exercise. Exercise may have indirect weight loss effects by assisting us in sleeping better and managing emotional eating. Limit added sugar and high-calorie beverages. Excess sugar consumption is linked to weight gain, especially around the waist. Sugar-sweetened beverages and excessive fruit juice consumption are particularly dangerous. When we drink our calories, especially soda or juice, we don't feel as full or satisfied as when we chew them. For example, for the same amount of calories as a large glass of orange juice, you could eat 3 oranges and feel significantly fuller for a longer period of time. Keep track of how many liquid calories you drink and aim to reduce them if possible. Distress as often as possible. Your body is likely releasing the stress hormone cortisol into your bloodstream if you're stressed. While this can result in weight gain, there is a definite correlation between elevated cortisol levels and increased visceral fat. If you want to slim down your middle, try to relax as much as possible. Yoga, meditation, therapy, and physical activity are all recommended by doctors as techniques to reduce stress. While cortisol levels play a part, the main issue is that we tend to be less conscious of our food when we're more worried. People frequently turn to food for solace or to distract themselves from unpleasant life situations. Eat more fiber. Chickpeas, lentils, and bananas are high in fiber and can help you feel fuller for longer. Those foods are high in soluble fiber, which dissolves in water and forms a gummy gel, slowing the flow of food from the stomach to the intestine. In addition, a well-balanced diet rich in whole grains, fruits, and vegetables provides us with extra fiber. If you consume more fiber foods, you're typically eating less processed foods in general. Limit alcohol. According to studies, heavy drinkers are more likely to have belly fat than social or occasional drinkers. Aside from the extra calories consumed by excessive alcohol use, alcohol can also lessen your inhibitions. You can have wings with your beer or cheese with your wine. Yes, those things go together, but you're ingesting extra calories and may not be paying attention to what or how much you're eating. If you drink more than 2 drinks every day, try reducing your alcohol intake. Eat protein throughout the day. Make sure your meals contain protein. Meat, fish, eggs, dairy, and legumes are all options. Studies demonstrate that protein keeps you full, reduces hunger hormone levels, and may even help you eat less at your next meal. We don't need to be on high-protein diets as much as we need to include enough protein throughout the day. Doctors also recommend including protein in your snacks. That's when we tend to overeat. A Greek yogurt or string cheese can help you feel satiated. Make healthy carb choices. Carbs receive a bad rap. However, not all sources of carbohydrates should be avoided. Complex carbohydrates, such as those found in 100% whole grain bread and pasta, brown rice, and beans, should be consumed in place of simple carbohydrates, such as those found in white bread, pasta, chips, and crackers. These types of processed carbohydrates contain very little fiber and can cause your blood sugar level to spike. Doctors stress the significance of maintaining balance, variety, and moderation in one's diet. Eating lean meats, lots of vegetables, modest amounts of fruits, moderate amounts of whole grains, and low-fat dairy products is still effective for the majority of people. Make sure you get enough sleep. A good night's sleep is crucial. In addition to its many other benefits, it can strengthen your immune system, lift your mood, and make you more productive. When it comes to losing weight and abdominal fat, the hormones ghrelin and leptin, which stimulate appetite, might be affected by the amount of sleep we get. According to experts, one thing that we know is that when we don't sleep well or when we're sleep deprived, it can actually alter the hormones that control our appetite. There is a biological reaction that takes place in our bodies when we don't get enough sleep that makes us desire to eat more. Aim for getting at least 7 hours of sleep per night. Make sleep a priority by shutting off all electronic devices at least 1 hour before going to bed and attempting to maintain a regular schedule for when you go to bed and get up. Maintain a record of what you eat and how much activity you get. Studies have shown that if you keep a food diary and document how much exercise you do, you put yourself in a better position to achieve your goals. According to experts, people who are trying to lose weight have a better chance of success if they self-monitor both the food they eat and the amount of exercise they get. We don't know all the reasons why, but what it probably comes down to is awareness and being intentional about the health activities we engage in, the researcher said. When you keep a record of everything you consume, you put yourself in a position to make more informed choices. You might want to rethink snacking on potato chips and try carrots instead. Carrots are a much healthier option. And using fitness trackers, whether it's a smartwatch or an app, can push you to lace up those sneakers and go for a walk around the block. Limit late-night snacking. Are you guilty of mindlessly munching while binge-watching your favorite TV show? If this is the case, you may be looking for techniques to control your need to eat late at night. Although there isn't a lot of data to suggest that intermittent fasting is superior to other approaches to losing weight, there are thousands of patients who successfully manage their weight by reducing the number of hours during the day during which they consume food. For instance, you may abstain from food for 16 hours, which would generally be overnight, and then consume all of your meals in a span of 8 hours throughout the day. Some individuals discover that it is advantageous to have a cutoff time for eating, particularly at night. Because they are aware that nighttime is the time of day during which they overeat and engage in mindless eating, some individuals will stop eating after 6 o'clock or 7 p.m. Doctors recommend that patients consult with their primary care physicians in order to determine the most effective strategy for weight loss. You might even want to chat to a qualified nutritionist who can assist you in determining the areas in which you are having the most difficulty. According to experts, even if we can't exactly target where we lose every pound of weight, it's crucial to remember that limiting our calorie consumption and regular exercise are both excellent ways to reduce visceral fat. You can enhance your blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol levels, mobility, and sexual function by decreasing between 5 and 10% of your body weight. And regardless of the approach you take, experts recommend that you create a regimen for yourself, remain persistent, and exercise patience in order to maintain your motivation. Even if you aren't experiencing a significant amount of weight reduction, he encourages his patients to don't forget about the benefits of your new behaviors. Even quite minor adjustments can result in considerable improvements to one's health. However, it may take some time, therefore patience is a necessary virtue.